Welcome back. In my quest to beat all the lower rated bots on chess.com, it looks like I had skipped a couple of lower rated bots because they weren't grouped in the same grouping. A couple of 600 rated bots were grouped with the streamers lower down the list of bots. And so I'm going to play HarryMack, whoever that is, rated 600 from the United States. Just out of curiosity, let's click play and go for it. Okay, I am playing with the white pieces. I will open with d4. Okay, apparently Harry Mack likes to rhyme. All his comments have been rhyming comments. So let's see. d5 I think is perfectly normal. Okay. I think I can do this and then maybe pick up that pawn. I think this is intending to come down here. I'll be fine if that happens. Let's take this pawn. This is the Queen's Gambit accepted. Okay, I think a6 intends to play b5, which I'm not too worried about. I'm going to develop this knight and then castle. Well, if they play b5, I will pull this bishop back. Okay. We have a move over here. I'm going to castle. I don't know if that's a mistake, but it's unusual to say the least. Let's see. If I challenge the knight with e5 right now, I think the knight can move to multiple locations as well as back. So I don't think that's a great idea right now. I do want to get this bishop out to help protect this pawn. Let's see how that works. Okay, that knight has undeveloped itself. So I have 4 pieces developed in or near the center, and Harry Mack has no pieces developed. That doesn't seem great. I would like to put this knight there, but this pawn can always challenge it. So, but I think that would be good for me if that pawn came up. I think if I played here to have an outpost for my knight and that pawn moved up, then I could check here and the king would have to move. I think I would be in pretty good shape. So let's try that. Okay, b5 was eventually played. I think we can just pull this bishop back right now, can't we? Or should we pull it back this way to add more protection to the pawn? I don't know. I like it pointing toward the king side. Okay, that has aimed to pen a knight. I think that this bot is playing all these moves out of order. This made a lot more sense when my king was there. I think if I go here, I'm threatening checkmate. So let's just see what happens, and then I can always move this knight later. Okay, that does defend against checkmate. What do we have here? I mean, that knight is defended by the pawn. I'm not too worried about it. I may be overextending a little bit. I'm just not sure. This knight is protected. I could challenge the queen with this, but then the queen just would move slightly, maybe here. I don't know. Why don't we put some pressure on that bishop right now and see what it does? It didn't do anything. So let's take the bishop. Okay, the queen has moved back. I can't immediately threaten it, right? Actually, I can. I can take this pawn. No, because then that. Wow, what am I thinking? I was thinking that if the pawn took back, I would get the rook, but I think the queen would take back. Okay. So this shows that my level of thinking is still a little elementary at times. Some things that would be automatic to better players are not automatic to me. I'm also considering playing f4 with the to free this rook. The pawn couldn't capture. If the pawn tried to push past, I would take it. Why don't I try that? Let's see what happens. Oh, I just realized that pawn's undefended and the queen was pointing at it. They could have just taken that pawn right then, and then the bishop would have been undefended. Okay, well, that apparently was a problem, but now I can take this pawn. Okay, it finally did take over there. I think I can defend this bishop by just pulling it back, or I can move the rook up. Oh. But also the queen moving down here left this pawn undefended. So I can take with check. And the king has to move there. And then I have check here with my queen then would hit these two squares as well as this one. My knight would be guarding this square, which would force the king to c7. Then I would not have a good follow-up check at that point. So instead of doing that, oh, also the queen guards that spot. Wow. Okay. I could check here, but then the knight takes that. So maybe I need to worry about this bishop now. Oh, what if I defended the bishop by capturing a pawn? Let's do that. Okay, that pawn was left undefended. Now I have... hold on a second. Okay. I think I can now check here with the knight guarding this spot. The king has to move there. Then I can take here. No. Yes, because the bishop's guarding that. And the queen is no longer pointing at that square. Now the king has to move someplace. Then I can follow up check by moving this pawn forward. Perhaps. Because the bishop would then hit it there. I do know that this knight is hanging, but I don't know what I can do about that right now. So let's move that pawn forward, check with this bishop. Okay. Then I can check here. Where else can I check? Oh, my bishop is guarding that square, so I'm going to check there with my queen. I've probably missed a mate or something at this point already, but let's see. My bishop is also guarding that square. Is that mate if I move there? Okay. I know I relied on a couple of mistakes by the bot, but I think we did okay. That was 22 moves to checkmate against Harry Mack. I'm going to go ahead and run the game review now. All right. It says I played with 91% accuracy, so only one inaccurate move, which was... Okay, wow, we played book moves out to move 4. It says this is the Queen's Gambit accepted. You've played this 69 times. That might be true. It says I have a 51% win rate. Well, maybe. I don't think so because I tend to not play the Queen's Gambit, but... Okay, that was my inaccuracy, was moving the queen out there, but I already had a very large advantage at that point. So should I have played a3 right away? It is thinking about that. Apparently not. Okay, well, it's thinking for quite some time. It says that's also an inaccuracy, but not quite as bad as the previous one. It left me with a larger advantage. What was the move that it wanted me to make at that point? It wanted me to play f4 right away? It did. Okay. Very interesting. I would not have guessed that, but that was my only inaccuracy. So I wondered a little bit about leaving a couple of these pieces and pawns down here undefended earlier, but I think I had a significant enough attack on Black's king that I was able to pull that out. So, all right, well, we'll move on to the next one in the next video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.